Good morning from Central Time in Dyersburg, Tennessee. This is Tim Reese on the campus of Dyersburg State Community College, where we have doubleheader action today between the Pioneers and the Eagles of Dyersburg State. Try to get in the Toyota Gallatin starting lineups. First for the visiting Pioneers, Logan Molnar will be the leadoff batter, playing shortstop. Batting second, Ethan Huddleston playing second base. Landon Gotze at first base, batting third. Jace Mizell in right field, batting cleanup. Jake Burris in the 5 spot today, playing center field. Carter Vrabel at third base, batting sixth. Braden Vineyard, the DH, and in the 7 hole. And Big J Charlo with his parents here watching will be batting eighth and playing left field. And also Caleb Hawkins' family is here. They came by and said hello. He'll be batting ninth and catching and on the mound for the Pioneers. Eli Klotfelter, right-handed sophomore from Ringgold, Georgia, 5'10", 190 pounds, on for his 8th start of the year as a 3-1 record. He'll face a lineup similar to yesterday's lineup for the Eagles. Julian Gonzalez at third base, leading off. Andy Martin in center field, batting second. Pierre Seals in right field, batting third. Rylan Quinones at first base will bat fourth. Gunnar Magrin, the DH, batting fifth. Parker Patterson behind the plate again for this ball game, and he will bat sixth. Chris Alvarez in left field, batting seventh. Case Pettis in the 8 hole will play second base. Chris Lugo batting ninth, playing shortstop, and on the mound for the Eagles, another left-hander, Connor Burt, transfer from Daytona State College, 6'3" sophomore. He is on for his 8th appearance, 7th start of the year. He's a 1-2 record, 3.60 ERA. Thank you for joining us on the Vol State Sports Network. And we will have limited between innings talking as music comes on as soon as possible here at Dyersburg State. So we don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. The Pioneers come in with a 16-11 record, 6-4 in the conference, which is good for 4th place. The Eagles come in 19-12 and 5-4 in the conference, which puts them in the 7th spot. Walter State has concluded their games for the weekend. They are in first place, 10-2. Cleveland State in second place at 8-3 record. Columbia State just ahead of the Pioneers, 6-4. Chat State 7-5, as is Southwest Tennessee after they lost 3 to Walters. Then Motlow is in 8th. Roane State in 9th. Jackson still winless in the conference. See the meeting at the plate between head coach Jim McGuire of the Pioneers, head coach Robert White for the Dyersburg State Eagles. Now the meeting is concluded and they'll turn the music back up, so I will go off until game time. Thank you for joining us on the Vol State Sports Network. Welcome to Dyersburg. For those of you just joining us, we are ready for game one of two today. Getting started right at high noon. First pitch called strike at the ankles. We're going to start that again. Holy cow. Logan Molnar, first time leading off. Fastball misses outside. Got contend with the sun today. Shining right behind me. Swing and a miss. Try to get the cameras working for you today. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Logan Molnar, who swings and misses. And a pitch low and outside. But that pitch was called a strike. First pitch of the game. 68 degrees. Dyersburg, Tennessee, West Tennessee. Burton now with 36 strikeouts for the year. Fastball on the inside corner to Huddleston. There's a chance that this computer overheats today. We may be having to miss the scoreboard if it gets too hot. Heat and electrical equipment do not typically go well together. Godsey change up in there for a called strike. Godsey, a sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana. A line drive that gets through into center field for a 2-out single for Landon Godsey. Jace Mizell steps to the plate from Metropolis, Illinois. He also was 1 for 4 in yesterday's contest. Another change up to start the at-bat. So 2 left-handed starters. There'll be a third one, I believe, as Anthony Figueroa will probably go game 3. That pitch hits Mizell. That'll put runners at first and second. Second pitch that came inside to a batter. And the Pioneers now threatening with 2 outs. Brings to the plate Jake Burris. Finds himself down in the lineup for the first time this year. First time he's not been in the leadoff spot. He is struggling a bit at the plate. See if he can come out of it here in the top of the first inning. Fur pitch right down the can. As we saw yesterday, that strike zone on the outside of the plate can get rather expansive. So if you get one right down the can like that, you might want to go ahead and swing at it. That one misses outside on a changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Godsey with a 2-out single up the middle, and Jace Mizell with his first hit by pitch of the year. That pitch misses as well. 2 balls and a strike. Thanks for joining us today on the All-State Sports Network. Swing and a miss. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. On deck, Carter Vrabel. Pioneers trying to even this series. Swing and a miss. Down goes Burris on a breaking pitch. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Burt. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. On to the bottom of the first, you're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. First pitch swinging, Julian Gonzalez grounds out to Huddleston at first base. 1 pitch, 1 out for Eli Clotfelter.
Andy Martine.
Brings to the plate Andy Martine. Fastball stays high. Martine 2 for 4 yesterday's game, had a home run, 2 RBIs. Gonzalez had gone 2 for 5. There's a fastball in there for a called strike. Dyersburg State started with 2 straight hits in yesterday's game. There's a breaking pitch lined right to Vrabel. Probably just out of, or maybe right at the edge of the viewing area. So 2 up, 2 down. Vrabel perfectly positioned for that line drive. Pierre Seals steps to the plate. He was 1 for 2 yesterday's game. Had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning, a double, and there is a base hit into right field. So just like the Pioneers, after 2 outs, a single. That's 2 batters who've swung at the first pitch for Dyersburg State.
First baseman number 33,
Rylan Quinones steps to the plate. Quinones 0 for 2 with 2 walks yesterday's game. Breaking pitch misses inside. Clotfelter from Ringgold, Georgia, 5'10", 190-pound sophomore in his second year with Vol State. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. Seals leads off at first base, throw over. Back safely. One ball, 1 strike. Breaking pitch popped up into shallow right field. Mizell shielding his eyes with that glove, and he makes the catch with the glove that he's shielding his eyes with. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're through 1, scheduled for 7. No score. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Carter Vrabel steps to the plate for the top of the 2nd inning for the Pioneers. Facing left-handed pitcher Connor Burt. I try my best to give you the same broadcast today, but I've had experience. There's a line drive in the left field that will get down. Should be extra bases. It hits the wall. Chris Alvarez digs it out, gets it back into the infield. And there's a leadoff double. Vrabel's 2nd double. He had the only extra base hit and RBI in yesterday's game, going 1 for 3.
Number 37, Braden Vineyard.
Braden Vineyard steps to the plate. Hopefully that is Carter Vrabel getting hot for these Pioneers. Braden Vineyard steps in. He's in the DH role. Coach Jim McGuire down at 3rd base. Coaching, giving Carter Vrabel some assistance on who's covering the base. Assistant coach John Ripel down at 1st base. Braden Kale, the pitching coach for the Pioneers. Kale moves a 1-ball-1-strike. Vineyard went 0 for 3 in yesterday's ball game. He was behind the plate. I anticipate he'll be behind the plate for game 2 of the doubleheader today. So no outs. Runner at 2nd. There's a fastball at the knees on the inside corner, called strike. That sun's shining right on my computer. I can't hardly even see the scoreboard. So there may be some lag and some errors on my scoreboard. At some point in time, I may just chuck it. May just tell you, half radio broadcast. That ball's lifted out to left field. That may drop. It will, right in front of Alvarez. Vrabel will move up a base. So a bloop hit by Vineyard. The Pioneers threatening here in the top of the 2nd inning.
Center field number 35, Jay Charla.
And now Big Jay Charla steps to the plate with Jake and DeLynn behind me off to my right. Here in attendance. It's now 3 hits for the Pioneers. It took all the way till the 5th inning yesterday for Vol State to get their first hit. First pitch to Charla, misses high. Charla did not start yesterday because of the left-hander, but Coach McGuire has him in there today. I would assume on a hunch. Left-handed hitting Jay Charlotte, one of 4 left-handed batters for the Pioneers. He and Jacob Messer and Landon Luderman and Tanner Bumbleow, the only 4 left-handed hitters. Charlotte heading the count, 2 balls and a strike, nobody out. Runners at the corners. Is it Charlotte time? 2 looks to first, and the pitch is sliced down the left field line, foul. Coach McGuire gives token hand out to let folks know where it went. Now he goes through the signs. Nothing right here probably for Jay Charlotte, but Vineyard could be going. I doubt it. He is not. That is tapped foul down the first baseline, so he's got both lines covered with foul balls. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not sure exactly how many at-bats that Jay Charlotte's had against left-handed hitting, and I don't have those splits on what his batting average is, but I'll tell you this, he's going to give you every ounce of effort that he has to give. He will swing and miss on a breaking pitch. Lands outside the zone. There's the first out. 3rd strikeout for Burt. Brings Caleb Hawkins to the plate.
The catcher number 17, Caleb Hawkins.
Hawkins, if you were with us yesterday, heard that he played here 2 years ago for a spring. Back in, there's a throw down to second base on a missed ball. I don't think Vineyard was actually going on the play. Pitch was called a strike. Vineyard moves down to second base. Maybe a pass ball. That's pitch. It's called a strike. It's hard to call wild pitch on that. So runners now at second and third with 1 out. Pitch low. Ray and Misty Hawkins are here also in attendance. The parents of Caleb Hawkins. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Nice pitch by Burt. 1-2 count, 1 out. 2 runners in scoring position for Caleb Hawkins. Batting in the 9 spot on deck, Logan Molnar. He'd like to see Caleb Hawkins standing at second base with 2 runs in when he comes to the plate. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Burt back-to-back strikeouts. 2 outs now on the top of the order. Carter Vrabel led off with a double down the left field line. Braden Vineyard had a bloop hit into left field, putting runners at first and third. A pass ball moves Vineyard to second. Now 2 straight strikeouts. Brings Molnar to the plate. Second time in as many innings. He struck out to lead the game off. Look at that pitch in the left-handed batter's box, called strike 1. And if you're a pitcher, that's where you want to live, is 2 baseballs over into the other batter's box. That's where Patterson's setting up. That was about 4 baseballs over. On deck, Ethan Huddleston, who will testify to pitches called strikes way over in the other batter's box. Time called at the plate by Logan Molnar. Brent Johnson, the home plate umpire. Larry Fikes out on the bases for game 1. Scheduled for 2 7-inning games here at Dyersburg State in Dyersburg, Tennessee. A swing and a miss on another really good changeup. One, 2 to the true freshman from Independence High School, Thompson Station, Tennessee. Just south of Nashville in Williamson County. Having a great start to his freshman year. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Patterson smothers it in, throws down to first base. And Burt comes back and strikes out 3 in a row. Pioneers score no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on again. Moving to the bottom of the first inning, you're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Gunnar Grant, the DH, steps in on the left side against Eli Klopfelter. First pitch high, ball 1. Grand comes in hitting .309. He came in defense in yesterday's game, made a great play to end the game on a diving catch. Grand transfer from Golden West College. .61 sophomore. Gunnar McGrann, M-A-G-R-A-N-N. He shakes his head no on a pitch. Low and inside, 3 balls and a strike now to the designated hitter, 5-hole hitter for the Eagles. There's one right down the can. Got the letters for strike 2. We'll go to a Full Count Ministries full count. We'll try to sneak in a verse of the game when there's some quiet time. Swing and a miss on the 3-2 pitch. So no on the full count first pitch foul ball. But yes on the strikeout. Klopfelter gets his first K of the day. Brings it to play Parker Patterson. Patterson 2 for 4 in yesterday's game. Had a double and 2 runs scored. There's a fastball in the river for a called strike. River is that space between the edge of home plate and the white line that starts the other batter's box. Umpires will willingly tell you they'll call that on both sides of the plate. They don't admit to calling balls into the other